All right, part 4. Goodness. Let's talk about sniper rifles. Now, if you can't tell by now, magazine rolls will no longer roll plus mags. They will roll a times mag. So that's good and bad depending on how you want to look at it. To an extent, with sniper rifles, it's not the worst thing for the mags to change like that, but with semis, you know, it can be kind of nice to get a nice large mag at times, but you know, the legendary roll will make up for that to an extent depending on the size of the mag now. And so where we used to get a common roll of 2 all the way up to a legendary roll of +8, which, I mean, on bolt actions, I don't really like a large mag, so that would be better for a bolt action to me. But now we will get anywhere from a 1.2 to a ×2 mag for the legendary roll. So the mags will really kind of increase for snipers that way. But since you can only roll 1, it won't be as big as it could be, because it is kind of fun to get a sniper rifle that has a ton, 30 something or 40 rounds in it. That's just incredible at times. But the reload, once again, this will get a reload. They've done that with a lot of them. The legendary, there's never been a legendary reload roll, and now you can get one of ×0.7, which really on a sniper, I really don't know that I would want the reload, but you know, that'll be what it will be. So it goes from 0.9 all the way down to a 0.7. So there's the reloads. Nothing too incredible there. Now, the critical multiplier, which is what we like to see. We always want to see that 1.15 and that 1.2. You love seeing that on your sniper rifles, and you get that 1.35 added crit. Now, they have actually, once again, all the way across the board is what they're saying they're going to do, is the 1.05 all the way to 1.3. So with just one roll, you can get a 1.3 crit multiplier as long as it's on your legendary. So that would be really, really, really nice right there. Recoil, you used to only be able to get an uncommon and rare. Both of them were the 0.1. Now it's going to be a times, so it will be 0.9 from common all the way down to a 0.5 for legendary. So that's pretty significant. So if you had a sniper, one of the ones that kicks just super incredible horrible, maybe that wouldn't be that bad. I don't know. But the uncommon is 0.75, so that would probably be pretty good right there for the snipers. Fire rate, unless it is semi-automatic, I hate to see this. And there's a note that it's not for charged sniper rifles. I don't like to see a fire rate on any charged weapon because it's a complete waste of a roll, in my opinion. So we used to be able to get that 1.1 as the legendary and a small 1.03 uncommon. Now it'll be 1.03 all the way to 1.15 for a legendary. So that's kind of nice. And the damage is going to be like they've done with some of the others, where we used to be able to get that 1.05 and 1.1. The legendary was 1.12 damage. So it kind of makes up for not getting the 2, especially if you can roll that and, you know, a rare crit. That would kind of work out pretty nice, giving you that extra damage and a little bit large crit. Not as much as before, but I mean, if it makes up for it in the common and uncommon, then it gets pretty darn good with the sniper rifle right there. Combat shotguns, pump shotguns, and sawed-off shotguns. Now mag, which of course this does not include sawed-offs, but where we used to be able to get anywhere from a 3 to a +10 mag, now it is going to be the ×2. So it'll go 1.2 to a ×2 mag. Now the ×2, I can see that coming in handy, and this does not count the mastery roll. The mastery roll would still give you the extra mag if you'd rolled that on it as well. So you could actually manage to get a pretty good mag size on this, because I would rather, I mean, even legendary before a +10, I'd rather have seen a fire rate or a damage on that. So I wouldn't have wanted to see a +10 mag on that. That would actually kind of stink to me. So, and I'm kind of surprised to see the next one, accuracy. You know, really, I don't want to see accuracy on my shotgun at all. So that kind of stinks. So they're even giving us a legendary accuracy So where we're going to go from the old setting of a negative 0.1, negative 0.5, we're going to go to the times. So it'll be like where the rare used to be a negative 0.50 accuracy, it'll be a times 0.9, and legendary would be a times 8.5, which really seems to me like it's cutting it down from where it used to be. So to me, the legendary isn't as good as what the rare used to be. And it's just one of those. It's one of those things you don't want to see. At worst, maybe on the common roll, but you don't want to see it anywhere else on your shotgun. Reload, reload, reload. Now, I know it's on sawed-offs, and I'm not really gonna say how this goes before, because I know you used to be able to get a .7 reload on sawed-offs, but you couldn't get it on your pumps and everything. And now I'm kind of guessing from the way it looks that we will be able to get that .7. Which means you could make a really nice shotgun of some form now without having to eat up every single roll is the way I'm looking at it. Every roll doesn't have to be reload for you to get down to that, well, I guess 0.5 or however shotgun. Shotguns reload so strange now. I've not wrapped my head around the new reload system because it goes by multiple bullets, not entire mags for most of them. So depending on your mag size, if it's a full mag, it would still take you a minimum of half a second. Or, I mean, that's the minimum you can get is half a second for the reload. So, I'm assuming, they did all that stuff with shotguns. That's how I kind of gathered that was supposed to work. Now, crit multipliers. Now, you used to be able to get an uncommon of 1.15 on all of them. A rare only on pumps and combats of 1.15. And the only way to get a legendary 1.15 was if it was a sawed-off. And it looks like they're just going to add it all the way across the board for both of them, with a legendary roll coming up at a 1.3 crit multiplier if you get that. So that could come in handy if you're good at getting crits with a shotgun. So as you see crits rolling on the screen with shotgun right there. Okay, recoil, which this does not apply to sawed-off shotguns. We used to be able to get an uncommon and rare, both of them the same, at a negative 0.1. Now you will be able to get it all the way across the board. Now, I guess if you had something that just had a massive, insane amount of kick, you would want to see these, but it goes from a 0.9 to common to a 0.5 for a legendary. That's 50% off right there. So if you have something that just kicks so bad you couldn't handle it, well, you really, really wouldn't have to worry a whole lot about that kick anymore to an extent, because that would really wipe that out. Now, fire rate used to be a 1.1 for a legendary with a small uncommon of 1.03. Now, it starts at 1.03 for common and goes all the way to 1.15 for legendary. Like that. I like a fast shooting shotgun, so that's good. Damage goes from 1.105 and 1.1. Now it will go from 1.03 on common to a 1.12 all the way across the board, where you used to only get rare and legendary damage. So that's kind of nice there. Depending on where your damage hits. Now, anywhere from uncommon to legendary, damage rolls pretty nice in the end. Fall off for sawed-offs used to not have that, and now you're gonna get that, which will be very, very super incredibly handy. Fall off on a sawed-off, because they just don't have much range, so that's gonna be really nice. So it'll start at common at 1.05 and go all the way to legendary to 1.2. That could be actually kind of nice to have on a sawed-off. So that's getting added in. That's just super awesome right there. Now, cold fire weapons completely got something different than everything else, so that would be kind of nice. This would be like your Volge battle rifle and everything, so anything that basically shoots a big chunk of color out is a cold fire. Oh, just to put them all in one group. Once again, the mag system, well, their mag system is kind of, I think, the same. It used to be a times, and it'll still be a times. So where it started at a 1.1 and ended at a 1.3 mag, it will go from a 1.15 to a 1.6 mag, which is really an increase when you think that that legendary roll of 1.3 mag is now the uncommon roll in the new system. So that is another really nice thing. Here we go with reload. Once again, on reload, we never have had a legendary roll. We will get a 0.7 reload roll now. So that's going to be nice. And it'll start at 0.9. So the uncommon moves over to the common, and the rare moves over to the uncommon, and we get what I like to call that tier 4 mod, that 0.8 reload in the rare section. So that will, some of them really could use some of those reloads. So that's not exactly a bad thing right there. Crit multipliers on those, we used to be able to get 2, uncommon and rare, once again, all the way across the board, starting at 1.05 and ending at 1.3. The uncommon and rare was all we used to be able to get. Those are going to stay the same, but you'll only be able to get 1 of whatever you roll. So, recoil, you used to be able to get uncommon and rare. Once again, this is all the way across the board, all the way to a 0.5 recoil for the legendary roll. So, there's some of those cold fires that kick, they kick like a mule, so they could really use that. Fire rate, we had a 1.03, 1.1. The legendary on this one can go to 1.15 like a lot of the others, and yeah, that's kind of okay. That's not what I normally want to see on a cold fire. Damage, same as a lot of the other stuff. Now with those, you used to be able to get a legendary of damage and a rare of damage. Now it was a 1.1 on the legendary. Now it'll be a 1.12. Like a lot of the others, they've moved to that one. The damage radius, which I love seeing on cold fires, is the same as the detonators and everything, with the 0.4 on uncommon and the 0.5 on legendary. Now it's all the way across the board with the 0.6 coming in on the legendary. So it could give you a nice little damage radius, because they have small damage radiuses, so that would be nice to have like that. And velocity, all we've ever had was the legendary velocity roll. I love velocity. They shoot so slow, and velocity makes that bullet go so much faster. Now we'll have velocity all the way across the board. So even if you don't get that legendary velocity roll, you'll be able to get it anywhere else. And they're all pretty darn good to me. And then even the 1.4 for common is nothing to sneeze at. So this is coming to an end, and we will cover pistols in the last part of this little series, and I will catch you guys later.
That was one for the history books. Excellent.